Hello there, listeners. Tom here again, of course beating your eardrums about my one-night-only appearance in Edinburgh, the final performance of the Depony Contingency, guest starring Fringe Hotshots Kieran Hodgson and Lorna Rose Treen, 7:40pm Wednesday 13th of August at the Pleasance Courtyard. But I'm also here with another exciting announcement. You see, hot on the heels of the end of the Depony Contingency will come the dawning of a new era. That's right. In September, at London Podcast Festival 2025, I will be debuting the brand new Crowley Time live show, and this time, it's a whole new space game. At 4:30pm on Sunday the 7th of September 2025 at King's Place in King's Cross, I will present to you Link's Gambit, an entire full-length adventure for everyone's favourite space cartographer. And I won't be alone. Joining me on stage will be Galactic Central Command alumnus Lucy Farrett, also known as the voice of Bimpsy in the Beef and Dairy Network podcast, and Andy Seacombe, best known as Reverend Wavering in Wooden Overcoats. And we three will be joined by Odin Ornhill-Marson, providing live musical accompaniment. Actually live, in your face! And if your ears pricked up at the words wooden overcoats, and they should have, then don't forget that the 7th of September is also the day that we're getting the band back together to do a special one-off 10th anniversary live episode at the festival entitled Rudyard Ruins Everything at 7pm. That's just enough time for you to see Crowley Time at 4:30, sew your sides back up again, and then head over to Wooden Overcoats at 7 to bust them back open. For all information on the festival, head over to kingsplace.co.uk. Tickets for Crowley Time Link's Gambit are available now, so head over to live.crowleytime.com and grab them quick. You can also get your tickets to the Edinburgh show there, so make live.crowleytime.com your go-to destination for live radio comedy theatre this summer. Anyway, that's enough of that. Time for fun. In times of struggle, we must remember those who carve their own path. The fixers, the mixers, the give you half of their Twixers. Those who won't cop out when there's danger all about, but will cop in to put danger in the bin. They are the Faces of Virtue! Brought to you by Salvutol Children's Cough and Discomfort Relief Linctus. Greetings and welcomes, listeners, to another attempt by me, Tom Crowley, to find the people who are really trying to exert some control over their environment. In quite an extreme way, in this case. Brought to you by Salvutol Children's Cough and Discomfort Relief Linctus. Salvutol, for when mummy's very tired and the child keeps making little noises. My extreme guest this time is Leslie Felton from Fisherton de la Mer in Wiltshire, who has been moved by unearthly forces to make some serious changes to local boundary lines. Thanks to Emily Lloyd-Saini for putting us in touch with Leslie. Leslie, hi!
Oh, hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wonderful to have you. Leslie Felton, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Felton, yeah. Leslie Felton.
I've got P-H-E-L-T-O-N. That can't be right, can it?
Yeah, that's right. Leslie Felton, P-H-E. It's the traditional way of spelling it. It's obviously, they do try and do it with an F. A lot of places I go, but it is a PH.
Right, okay. So it was originally a PH, not an F.
No, I mean, if you look at kind of English language from long ago, it was all PHs. There weren't really any Fs around, I don't think. So we like to hold on to that. I mean, some of the family, they do the F, but I think just don't dumb yourself down for other people, you know. I
see. Yeah, you're saying you respect the cultural heritage of the PH-E-L-T-O-N. Yeah. Don't bow to the pressure from other people. Yeah. Commit to the PH. Don't.
Exactly. And you get, you don't know Julie, but Julie from number 2, her son's called Stephen.
I don't know Julie. Yeah.
Her son's Stephen, and they spell that with a V.
Oh, right, okay. But that was originally a PH, or was it always
I assume, yeah, but, you know, he's done that, and I say to him, Stephen, people will respect you more if you put the PH back in. People who come on the show, a big part of what they're doing is their environment, their family life, you know, things that matter to them, their personal affairs. And I want to respect those as much as possible, because that's what this show's all about, is finding people who they're uncompromising in their beliefs. Oh, you know, not in a sort of scary, fanatical way, but more in a kind of nice, committed way where people really, they won't be swayed from charitable efforts, from attempts to
make the world a better place to be in, essentially.
That's all we've got, really, isn't it? Strange times we live in, and I think you've just got to pick a lane and say, that's my lane. And,
that's my lane.
And people present you with facts and fiction from all these different platforms, I think they say now, don't they? Platforms.
Yes.
And you've just got to say, no, these are my beliefs, and that's what I believe. And you can show me all the documents in the world that say, no, this, what you believe is bad or cruel. And you've got to just know in your heart that what you're doing is true.
Well, I think sometimes you should, possibly in the wake of verified evidence, if something's... Well, we can get into that.
Who's verifying it? Probably not someone who believes the same as me.
Well, possibly not. No, I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be opposed research or opinion.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah.
No, you're completely right. You're completely right, because that's what we're talking about here. It's commitment. And I should also say that this quest of mine to find these people of dedication and intention is sponsored by Salvutol Children's Cough and Discomfort Relief Linctus. I have to say that a certain number of times an episode, otherwise they won't be my sponsor anymore. So they're a great Linctus, and they're very, very proud. They've managed to stop 12.5 million children whining. So they're very, very keen to get that message out there as much as possible.
Oh, I'll look out for that in the supermarket.
Do you have children yourself?
Yes, I've got 2.
2 children.
Well, I suppose I've got 3, but 2. The 2. Let's say 2.
You suppose you've got 3?
Well, but I've got 2. Let's say 2.
Let's say 2. Well, not really what we had to talk about, but that's fine. But so the two that you've definitely got. Tell me about them.
Oh, lovely! They're so lovely, and they're born and bred Fisherton de la Mer. They love the place. They love it. They both live at home with me. I've got my boy, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan the boy.
And he is 23. He's going to be 24 next month, and he's such a wonderful, dedicated, lovely son. Bit of a homebody. He doesn't, he doesn't really like people so much, or animals really, but he just loves being at home. And then my daughter, who's a bit of a free spirit, she does live at home. She's a bit of a free spirit. Always one boyfriend to the next, and she's just a little queen. She's 20 now. She's all grown up. One boyfriend to the next, off she goes. But she's and always she loves little tipple. Does our Mary? Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, free spirit.
Loves maybe a little, but don't they? The young ones, don't they love
likes
it?
to live. Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, when I was that age, I was very much the same.
It gives us both something to do. I just like having them around. So yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So you'd be sad if they wanted to go out on their own and maybe move into their own place.
Well, exactly. Well, and they know that. They know that now because we model by example, don't we? And if you leave, there are consequences to not leaving when you're not ready to leave.
Well, I mean, I'm only speaking for myself here, but I think that it was when my parents talked to me about about home and about where I might go in life. It was more are you sure you're ready to take on the financial burden of moving somewhere else or
and emotional burden, isn't it? I'm sure you understand. Like,
absolutely.
You've had the same. Yeah.
Oh, certainly. But it was more phrased as, you can always come home if you like, or you can stay longer if you need to.
Yes. Yeah.
And not
and
as much.
And the door might be locked.
It wasn't as much that it was less the message that it was a real, you'd better be sure because you can't depend on this. Nest, this comfort. Although I suppose to extend that metaphor, once a bird is out of the nest, it doesn't often return to the nest, does it? You don't see the bird flying and then going, oh, actually, I've given up my job in IT. I want to focus on my music.
Actually, I've used that corner of the nest to make a different space now.
It's a gym now, that corner of the nest. It's a bird gym.
Do you know what? I'd never have a gym in my home.
Well, anyway, so I think we've got a bit bogged down in family life, but there's a bigger question here, isn't there, in your campaign that you're running?
Yes.
So you live in a town, you already mentioned it, but Fisherton de la Mer in Wiltshire, which is a beautiful name for a town. Fisherton de la Mer, wonderful.
It's a beautiful little village, if I'm honest.
Lovely.
They don't make them like this anymore.
No, I suppose they wouldn't. But so you were telling me, I was amazed to hear when you got in touch with me that it's not a seaside town
yet.
Yet. Well, now this is interesting because you said to me that you had a very ambitious scheme for increasing tourism, increasing the profile of your hometown. And that's exactly the kind of cause we want to celebrate here at Faces of Virtue, sponsored by Salviatol Children's Cough and Discomfort Relief Linctus. And again, sorry, I have to say that a certain number of times per episode. So tell me more about this. Tell me about Fisherton de la Mer today. What's it like there at the moment?
Well, it's a beautiful town full of fantastic people. We're all very dedicated to the village and the upkeep of the village and the traditional ethos of the village. And I run my campaign, MFMA, which I'm sure you've heard of. We are hoping for some national coverage, but...
Sorry, MFMA, I haven't heard.
Make Fisherton Mayor Again.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, the make again phraseology does have a lot of baggage with it, but I suppose it technically describes what you're doing, doesn't it? So that's all right.
Yes, and it's basically we have a beautiful river running through the town.
Lovely.
But it is. I think what happens is people get so. What's the word? Infatuated with the city. And concrete and lights and busyness. And it used to be we had a good footfall of people coming and witnessing the kind of ye old natures of our town. And that has kind of dropped off. And we did wonder, maybe we need to kind of drive tourism back into the place.
So Fisherton de la Mer, a beautiful village. Officially a town or a village, Fisherton?
It's a village, it's a parish.
It's a village.
Small parish.
Okay. So you've got you had this kind of old world charm that people were previously more excited about coming to see. Yes. Do you have any historical sites, places of interest?
We've got the well.
The well, okay. And what's that?
Oh, it's a well, and we but it's not just a hole in the floor. We've got a lovely gardens around it, a very small flower garden around the well. And if you look down and you shout anything, it feels like sometimes, and lots of people have said this, it feels like someone says something back that is something different to what you've said, but you can't ever really make it out.
Right.
Yes.
So you shout, I want to make £1 million or whatever, or you shout like, hello, Mum.
And the voice comes back, let me out. It's something like that, and you say, what was that? That's not what I said. But that always... help, and
right, okay. How long has this been going on?
Oh, yes.
How long has the phenomenon been?
Years and years and years and years and years and years and years. It's always kind of sometimes it's people have reported female voices, male voices. So of course there's lots of ghost stories around it, and we were thinking of actually making a little ghost tour, which currently does have just the one stop, the well and the graveyard, but we can extend it and make that a bit of fun.
Just to so I have a picture of this, the well itself, is there, much in the way of a safety guardrail or any kind of barrier around the whole of the well?
There is, of course there is, because we do have children, and it is accessible. But most people in the village do have a key. Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, so the well sounds very exciting, to say the least.
Yeah, beautiful. The flowers are so nice.
So you've got I'm sure they are. So you have a well, you've got a graveyard.
Yes.
Any fun stories about the graveyard? Any ghost sightings or anything like that? Anything exciting, thrilling?
Well, there was a story. About the first mayor, the mayor of the mayor. As he was fondly called.
Oh, the Mayor de la Mer, yeah. I see, yeah.
Exactly.
That's lovely, it's charming.
That his voice or the silhouette of him can be seen. And I mean, it's not like he says anything, but people feel very deeply when they go to the graveyard that they want it to be Mayor again. I'll confess to you something now.
Okay.
I've had that experience in that graveyard.
Really?
Yeah, I was just taking the cut through because we can through the graveyard here because Fisherton de la Mer is very safe.
Right.
So it was one evening, I was coming back from our local bingo night, and I always take a little detour because my family is buried there. I like to go and say hello. And this is like generations. Okay. I am actually related to the original Mayor of de la Mer That's
Oh, really? And this was a Felton or a branch by marriage or?
This was a Felton with the TH. So we're talking a long time ago.
Right. So it used to be a TH.
No, PH.
Oh, a PH. Okay, sorry.
ELTH.
I thought this was a Felton, or there was a whole other aspect of the oldie world spelling of the name or something.
There may well be. Time will tell.
But it was a Felton.
This is Mayor Felton. Yes.
Okay.
And I go and say hello, and suddenly I just felt something pull my shoulder.
Right.
And I looked round and there was nothing. And I mean, to anyone else, it would have looked like I was stumbling, but I was being pulled shoulder, and then my other shoulder.
Okay.
And then I grab hold of a grave, which is quite disrespectful, I will say now.
Well.
And it's his grave.
Right. Okay.
And I look up and I see a silhouette.
And
it says Leslie. But he doesn't say it, I just feel it. Leslie,
right.
You've a job to do here.
Where
do you live? I said, Fisherton de la Mare. What's happening? Fisherton de la Mare?
Yeah.
He said, where's the mayor? I said, you're dead. He said, no, the mayor. And at that point, I realised we have to be by the sea.
Right. Okay. So you want to make Fisherton de la Mare, because I've got a map here that I'm looking at, and just for the listeners, it's worth pointing out at this stage that Fisherton de la Mare is quite far inland. Like it's a number of miles north of Bournemouth.
There's been secrets, hasn't there? There's been secrets and there's been cover-ups, and somehow, and I am pointing fingers at Bournemouth. Land has been built over time. The documents, the land registry say they've got nothing. They can't say that it's happened, but it looks like the sea's been taken away. Like we would have been a coastal town. So
originally you're saying there was a kind of a large inlet, or what would you call it? A kind of an enormous cove.
Yes.
Through all of Wiltshire, with leading up to a kind of a big bay, a big quay with Fisherton de la Mare at the centre of it.
A few of us believe so, yes.
Right, so you're a de la Mare truther.
We love fish. We've got all these, we've got so many. We live down the road is Codford.
Right.
If you go to the beach and you look at where the water starts and you go back there a month later, who's to say that water's starting from the same place? They could have put more sand on.
They could have. I mean,
where the sand started originally, a little house, a little shack. Before you know, Bournemouth's extended then, hasn't it? So they're just getting all this land.
You start with a little, tar paper shack by the water.
Yeah, and then
eventually you've got the civic centre and all the rest of it.
Exactly. So this is very slow progress over time, but they've done it very sneakily. There is no other reason why we would be called Fisherton de la Mare and have this love of all things sea. There's no way.
Right.
So I just think that what goes around does eventually come around. All things come out in the wash.
Yep. Except for blood and red wine.
But I found sorry.
But sorry, carry on. So you think that they've recreated a sort of mainland Earth oversea?
Jonathan says this is what they're doing in Dubai.
Oh, really? Oh, so they're building their own false. I have seen these man-made islands. Yeah.
Yes.
Usually hotels full of arseholes, but
and this is what we're worried about, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So you're worried they're going to build a second Dubai, maybe off the coast of Bournemouth?
I think that's what we don't have the climate.
Well, no, that's true.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Guess what? Paulie Rothbottom's little girl, she's 19 now, but she was about 16 at the time. Well, we had a bit of trouble with her at the well.
Oh, really?
She was hiding things down there, we think. But we said, get them out, get them out, Sam. Her name's Samantha. I don't like to call her Sam. But she won't respond to anything else. And whatever you put down there. And she pulled out a crab.
A crab from the well?
Yeah.
And she hadn't put that crab down there before?
She said she hadn't, but she must have.
Right. Unless, of course, there was silty seaside water coming into the well with its crabs, its seaweed and other...
It wants to be the sea.
And broken bottles. Okay, so it's crying out to be the sea. So the crab's either teleported in there, conveyed there by some benign ghostly spirit, or it was a crab of the mind. a crab conjured by the will of the town
or the
to be a
sea's
seaside
underneath
town.
there, or the sea's underneath
Or
there.
the sea. Right, so it's
found
kind of
away.
floating land that is now, it's so close to the sea that actually all of the rest of everything down to Bournemouth is just sort of loosely piled on top of the sea. And that seawater is still coming through. Well, I mean, this is fascinating.
I've
never heard of anything like this before. This is really astonishing.
Well, no one's talking about it. And that's what
No.
MFMA strives to do, just get that word out there. This is happening. And it could happen to your town too.
I think we should really focus on because as you say, getting the word out there is the most important thing, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's exactly why you're here. That's what we're all about, is championing these local causes. So you have been, you and your friend, who was it, Jackie, was it? Who's your friend? Julie, so excuse me.
Julie from down the road,
you and, Yeah, you Julie from down the road, that's right, who have founded this MFMA. And so that's your cause, is to get the word out there about the fact, and I'm using audio quotation marks there, that this town has been usurped as a seaside town by Bournemouth and the rest of that county.
And we deserve the tourism, and we deserve to be cherished, and we deserve to kind of be on the map a bit bigger than we are.
Right.
And we deserve to feel at one with where we belong. And also, our main thing is fundraising, really, because we do have a plan for the earth to return to its natural state. And now, if I'm wrong, then there wouldn't be a problem. If I'm wrong, there wouldn't be a problem, because it would retain its integrity, the land.
Oh, I see.
But we want to fundraise, and we'd like to build more wells.
Okay.
If the salt is underneath there, the salty water is underneath there.
Yes, proving your case.
Yeah. And also, what we can do is bring money into the economy, because down there will be natural gases and things, because when you build land, you kind of press it. What we've learned is they kind of press it down and it makes lots of gas pockets.
Yes, that's true.
So if we sell that gas from Fisherton de la Mare, that's going to bring a lot more money into the parish council. And MFMA, we can kind of just, it's an ongoing cyclical thing. And then what will happen is, if that gas is there, that makes little pockets. If Bournemouth is weak and is not an actual, it doesn't have integrity, let's say.
As a land mass,
it will sink.
Sorry, Leslie, just to step back a second. So you're wanting to build more wells, dig more wells in the.
We'll get professionals.
You'll get professionals in to then unearth gas pockets and use those to destabilise the local land masses, Bournemouth and just north of Bournemouth.
Only if they are able to be destabilised. They won't if they're strong.
So they'll only collapse if they don't deserve to be there.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
It's the will of the land, yes.
I'm sorry, just to, this may be me being ignorant, with my London attitude again.
And we do need gas. We need it.
But it's just the way you describe the process of these wells and then unearthing these pockets. Forgive me if I'm totally off base here, but it just sounds a bit like fracking.
Yes, that's the word. Yes, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. That's an F.
Aggressively.
That's an F.
That is an F, yeah.
If it was my company,
right.
I could spell it with a PH.
Oh, yeah, fracking with a P. That would be, Felton's fracking. That would be. No, sorry. Just, I don't know if anyone's raised these concerns to you before, but I do know that fracking is. There's a lot of opposition to fracking. Not from me. I'm not. I have no skin in the game at all. And I don't live anywhere near Bournemouth or Fisherton de la Mare, as we've established. I haven't got the right attitude to do that. But as you've made clear,
it's in your voice, isn't it? Yeah, it's really weird how that comes across. Yeah,
isn't it? So the but there's a lot of opposition generally from ecologists, environmentalists, because fracking, I think, is widely agreed, does pretty severe damage to the land where it takes place.
There. Yeah,
that shouldn't be right. Okay, so actually the intense damage to the local environment is the intention of your fracking endeavour.
But no, we don't want to damage anything. No, we don't want to damage anything. But if that damage happens, that's because wasn't meant to be there.
Okay, so you and your friend Julie and your two children have you've
Jonathan and Mary.
Love Jonathan and
Mary.
You
actually sound like. Let's move on.
Let's move on. It's okay. So you've been presumably all pooling together, and as I say, we are sponsored this series, Faces of Virtue, by Salvutol Children's Cough and Discomfort Relief Linctus, and they're they're big on numbers. That's the thing they said to me. They communicated very clearly that they want to hear hard facts and statistics and numbers about all of the causes we cover. Yeah. So I would like to know, how many wells have you built at MFMA?
Well, we're fundraising for the wells now.
Right.
So we do need professional drilling equipment, which we don't currently have. So it is manpower at the moment. And those men are me and Julie. And sometimes if we do get Paulie Rothbottom's drunk, he will help us.
And how deep? Numbers. How deep are we with the wells?
We are a good, I would say, on the main one, we're down at least 7, 8. It's deep.
7, 8 of
say
what? 7, 8 what?
Well, at the moment, feet.
Feet. Okay, so that quite far off of being a well in the traditional set. Have you seen any seawater seeping in at the bottom of the?
There is water, but it's not salt water as of yet. But of course, there will be layers and layers because this is real land we're digging down first.
Yeah.
Look,
this is real. Okay.
We're going into our own land first, and we'll show you that it has integrity.
So that land has integrity.
It will not sink, and if it does, hopefully, it will just over the border. Just bringing us, the water will come hopefully over Bournemouth and it will come back to us. Or it will flood, or it may come up from the bottom. What we're doing is creating opportunities for the seawater to come up through the bottom and bring us back to the sea.
To reclaim the
sea.
To reclaim the land.
Get rid of the mud, you get rid of the sand, you get rid of the clay or what have you. You get rid of, any bones, fish, human, whatever, bones. You get then rid of the gas.
Right. Any human remains that might, for any reason, have been buried nearby. That would be
over time
lost to the dark of the sea.
And then when you've got rid of the gas, what's underneath there? Probably a bit more land, probably a bit more gas. Get rid of that, and then there's the sea.
The sea. So, have you conferred at all with any government? Ecological consultants or even the local MP about this plan, just because it's quite an ambitious plan to completely reshape the coastline of England. Are you
aware of how much money Bournemouth makes during the summer months?
Honestly, no.
No. Okay. You really should do your research before you conduct these interviews. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Surely they'd be even more opposed to removing Bournemouth.
Yeah. So the cover-ups are strong.
So I see. So this is why they're keeping the efforts under wraps. Well, I have to say I'm slightly concerned about your methods, but what I can't doubt is your passion. For this cause.
Lovely boy.
Yeah, that's a bit uncomfortable you calling me that.
And to have someone like you completely agree with our cause and support and champion and publicise our cause, it means the world.
Well, I would stress at this stage that, of course, I'm delighted.
You remind me of someone that I used to know.
Well, there's two things I'd like to say,
and I think there is a redeeming path. And I'm just telling you, come home.
Okay. Well, I was going to say if you, I get the impression that there's someone out there you'd like to send a message to, if you could. If you would like to take this opportunity, because I'm very impressed by your spirit of local community and your ambition of your charitable, ecologically devastating local activism, terrorism, some might call it. But regardless of piddling over the details, I think that's very impressive. But really, beneath all this, I feel like there's someone out there you are hoping to reach about something other than coastlines, and I want to give you this opportunity to speak to them if you'd like.
I guess.
Would it help if it was me? Because, as you say, I seem to be reminding you of someone.
Yes, if you could just say your name was Maximilian.
Maximilian. And I could call, maybe I'd call you Mum, say.
But say.
Mum, what would you like to say to me?
I would like to say, I hope you found your father and you can stay with him and rot where you are. Please come home. The door is locked. But I know you know how to break things like hearts. So I'm sure you'll find a way in. Or something like that. Or just, hope you're well.
Okay, great. And if I were Maximilian, I would say, thanks, Mum, with a question mark on the end.
That's exactly what he'd say.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm not Maximilian. I'm Tom, and let's just really, really strongly affirm that.
You can
right
come
now.
home.
And what I'd really like to say more than anything else is goodbye. So thank you very, very much, Leslie Felton with a PH. I can't say I hope you're successful, but what I will say is I hope that you're happy with whatever it is that you've got going on there.
Yes. Make Fisherton de la Mer by the mayor.
Again.
Yes, thank you. See, you do agree. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me today, and goodbye.
Come home.
While our conversation did make me very keen to never, ever visit Fisherton de la Mer, I did feel a slight sense of envy at a village with such a strong sense of local community. I was also intrigued by someone from Wiltshire speaking with what sounded like a hint of a northern accent. But then a few days later, I saw a news broadcast from around there, something about some human remains being found down a well or something, and it turns out they all talk like that. One of those oddities that come up when a settlement never really mixes with anywhere else, like that place in Texas where they all sound like Cornish fishermen. And if you'd like to hear more from Leslie, don't forget you can hear the full, extra enlightening, extra distressing, great big cut of the interview by going to patreon.com/Crowleytime and becoming a supporter of this show at any paid tier. Here's a taste of what you've been missing out on from this episode.
Yeah, a wonderful home with not many rules.
Maybe nick some off Cornwall.
Some of us want independence from Europe, and you've not listened to that, have you?
I don't think you can just say, don't be uncomfortable.
Jonathan's told me about this deflection media.
As well as getting great big faces of virtue, you'll also get all the bonus material I've ever put out for this show, and the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping me to make this program the biggest, bestest, and most excitingest I can. And until Salvutol decide to make their sponsorship financial, it's the only payment I'm going to get. Of course, if you're already sponsoring the show on Patreon, then you're already getting the great big episodes. And if you're giving a little extra, then you're one of this show's executive producers, and you get a shout out in the episode. Like now. Like right now. Just now. Executive producers. Kim M, Dr. the Eliminator, Paul Tiemann, Tobias Anderson, Samantha Dye and Peter Shanks, James Rayliff, George Cantor, Matt Luckock, Meme, Charlie Markley, Amanda Waterman, Matthew Del Fabro, Rachel Delaney, Purple Strawberry, Diggory Laycock, Sophie Walker, James Roberts, Gigi Catherine, Andy Case, Brian Shymick, Aileen Joins, Laurel Carlson, Katrina Powers, and Michaela McNally. My eternal gratitude to all you fine folks. And thanks once again to Emily Lloyd-Saini, who put me in touch with Leslie. Emily is an actor, writer, and stand-up comedian, best known for writing on and appearing in the BBC Three sitcom Juice, and acting in children's BBC mega hits Horrible Histories and Horrible Science, as well as being one half of the brilliant sketch comedy duo Egg. Always worth checking out whenever they're performing. You can follow Emily on Instagram at Emily Lloyd-Saini. And whatever else you choose to do with your time, make sure you check back here in 2 weeks to meet another of our Virtues of Face! Huh? Oh, right. Faces of Virtue!